to introduce the next guest on the stage. She's going to be sharing the stage with me, which is great. So please welcome Paula Blazquez, Head of Investments at InnoCells. So we're together. Thank you very much, Paula, for being here. Again, once again, physical contact is always great.
And it's weird?
It is weird. It is weird. Well, we're getting used to it slowly, step by step. Anyway, so you work, you're head of investment at InnoCells, Bank Sabadell. So you guys have been embracing AI technology for a while now. So I would love to know, how is this benefiting the bank? Or what is your perspective from inside the bank, and how are you guys applying these things?
So I guess let me start by saying that I think artificial intelligence, it's having and it will have a huge impact in society. And I think we're just basically scrapping the tip of the iceberg in terms of use cases that we can apply to in terms of artificial intelligence for the financial services industry, but for other industries as well. In big corporations, I guess the biggest or the most typical use case is regarding data processing. So the way we ingest huge quantities of data, we're able to process it, and then at the same time, we're able to understand it as it evolves on a constant manner. So this is done in a very efficient way with very little human interaction, very automatized, and this allows us to basically understand our customer to a level of personalization that was never possible before. So this is really a game changer. And then another use case that we are really already targeting and seeing is basically automation to make much more cost-efficient decisions and automation tasks that are very repetitive, and clearly they don't need for a huge amount of know-how to be done. And this is definitely something that allows corporations to be more lean and ultimately be more sustainable at the end. So basically at Banco Sabadell, we've been embracing these technologies. We already have a department in big data, in business intelligence, and in a cognitive department using these technologies. And at InnoCells, which is the corporate venture arm of Banco Sabadell, we invest in technologies that are leveraging this artificial intelligence technology to build use cases for financial services. But don't let me tell you, because we have actually here with us the two startups where we invested, they're using this technology. One is Active AI, where we invested in 2018, which is a conversational banking startup based out of Singapore. And the other one is Kovrr, which is an Israeli startup doing cyber modeling for insurers and reinsurers. So I'm sure they'll love to give you their take on it.
No, I'm definitely going to ask them, because it's very rare to see banks where banks or any big company that builds the bridges to connect both sides and integrate this whole thing. You guys have been doing this for quite some time, so I was thinking about this sneaky question about how hard it is to then connect all the data that goes through the bank to feed the AI pipes, but that's for another conversation. That's an interesting one. Okay, I believe, as you said, we are connected with both Ravi, CEO and co-founder of Active. Ravi, are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. We have them. So we have Ravi and Yakir Golan, CEO and co-founder of Kovrr. Pleasure having you guys here.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here today.
Good. So I was just having a chat with Paula, and she was saying that she was very proud of you guys. So I think you better explain this kind of relationship. So I'll start with you, Ravi, if you don't mind. You know,
sure.
I'm going to be honest, like all the banks and all the big corporations always say like, yeah, our collaboration with startups is great, it's fantastic. I'm a startup guy, if you guys haven't seen it yet. So what is your take? How has your experience been working with them?
Well, to start with, I was a banker for 16 years, so I understand how banks work. And
that's called cheating. That's called cheating.
So I had an unfair advantage, you know. And I've been doing these startups for like now 10 years now. So pretty much, I would say I understand the mechanics of how this works. But to say it at least, you know, we had a struggle when we started because we were talking about artificial intelligence, unstructured conversations, customers banking through WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger and Alexa, all of those funny things that people said, oh, this looks like a science fiction movie, it's not going to happen, right? But today, as we started demoing and as we moved through the pilot phases into production with millions of end users right now, It seems it's pretty much customers, the banks are asking us to say, what more can we do? So I would say that banks have gone through a paradigm shift, and the pandemic actually has made them take risks they would have otherwise not taken, right? So it has been a very good point of inflection, but the world is changing for a good in a lot of ways.
No, you're actually very right. I was having this conversation recently where I'm saying even technological companies that in theory you would think, right, these people can do remote and they've been doing it. And they were telling me, the CTOs were telling me, yeah, it was a challenge even for us. And it's like, whoa. So everyone is, as you say, right, being pushed towards that end. And I'm glad that the communication between both sides is actually working. Again, maybe that's a solution. Maybe we should send the startups first to do a gig at the bank and then bring them out and then do the startup thingy.
Revolving door for
Ravi, thank you very much. Yakir, I'm with you. So. Kovrr does something that I'm personally very fascinated about, which is you do AI cyber risk modeling, which it gives me immense pleasure. The word AI, I used to be in cybersecurity, so the word AI plus cybersecurity plus modeling is just fantastic. So can you please tell us a little bit more about you guys and what do you bring to the table and how do you connect that with the bank experience?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So our solution quantifies financial exposure due to cyber risk by pinpointing cyber events that can lead to significant losses. The analysis is driven by scenarios and events, and one can range from highly viral global ransomware attacks to an outage of a global cloud provider. The platform is designed to help underwriters, exposure management professionals to understand and financially quantify cyber risk by utilizing AI-powered risk models. We create the models by leveraging a diverse set of data from cyber incidents, intelligence exposure data, claims incidents data, and access to a wide variety of third-party data providers. And I would say in similar ways to other lines of insurance, availability of data is a challenge, a true challenge. Well-structured and properly labeled data is lacking. And we play at Kovrr a key role, an important role in getting our clients and partners to understand the risk in a highly dynamic risk landscape. And you're all familiar with the cyber attacks numbers. They are growing at exponential pace, and you must harness technology to grasp the thousands of characteristics of the different type of attacks. And this is exactly what we're doing. So Kovrr uses AI to continuously analyze cyber campaigns on a global basis and extract the underlying attributes that are then used to create quantification models. Our models are trained continuously on curated data that reflect companies' cyber resilience characteristics, as well as demographic information and financial loss.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that I used to work in cybersecurity, and the scale of it has changed so drastically, right? Before you went against one bad guy, now you go against 1,000 bots that are employing AI to attack things. So it's like a different game.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You in order to cope properly with the immense amounts of data, you must harness technology, and AI is the spearhead there. And I believe it will help. When we are focusing on insurance, we are together with Paula and the team exploring potential other verticals, and the collaborations with them is fantastic. So they push us continuously to, I would say, look on our assumptions, reiterate the values we bring to our clients, and just make the product better and better monetize what we already have.
Well, I believe from what I've heard so far is that Paula and her team are doing an extraordinary job. So she is also very lucky of being connected and working with you in a partnership, and the way you're working. I think it's strange, it's not the usual. So congratulations all. And we're out of time, but it was a pleasure having you. Next time, you're going to be here with me, and we're going to have a chat, both of you.
Definitely.
Okay? Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See you around.
Take care.
Paula, thank you very much for your time. And once again, congratulations. And I say this from a startup guy, it's not easy. Thank you very much.